I want to know who put me after Dr. Lyons. Can anyone think of a more suitable public space for Dr. Walker? Dr. Wyatt T. Walker was one of the most perceptive minds of the Christian nonviolent revolution and one of the most powerful voices of the American civil rights movement. Often regarded as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s right-hand man, Dr. Walker was an icon of humanity in his own right, and that is why we are here this morning. Wyatt T. Walker, a grandson of a former slave, was born on August 16, 1929, in the shoemaking town of Brockton, Massachusetts, the 10th of 11 children of the Reverend John Wise Walker and the former Maud Penn. His father had been a member of the first graduating class of Virginia Union University in 1899 and read both Greek and Hebrew. His mother was also a Union graduate, and books filled the family home. After graduating high school in 1946, he came south to Virginia Union carrying $100 that his parents had given him as tuition money to cover the first 2 semesters. Boy, things have gone up since then, haven't they? He went on to earn a bachelor's degree in both physics and chemistry in 1950, graduating with high honors. He received his Master's of Divinity degree from Union 3 years later, and then went on to earn his doctorate from Colgate Rochester Crozier Divinity School after the 2 schools had combined. Ordained in 1952, he preached for 7 years at the Gillfield Baptist Church, and it's so wonderful to have Gillfield here. Thank you, Dr. Lyons. Well, there he was, the pastor of the historic Gillfield Baptist Church, when on a cold day in 1960, Dr. Walker led a group of protesters through the whites-only entrance of the Petersburg Public Library, calmly walked to the library's counter, and asked for a biography of Confederate General Robert E. Lee. This would be the first of 17 of Dr. Walker's arrests, as he and Dr. King and the SCLC and CORE and the NAACP and so many others would go on to work tirelessly in front of the whole world to subpoena and then re-subpoena the conscience of our country to appear before the highest court on morality on the issue of civil rights, and specifically the evil system of segregation. In 1964, after serving as executive director of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference for 4 years, Dr. Walker left that role for work as a marketing specialist for the Negro Heritage Library, of which he became president in 1966. In that role, he carried out part of the library's mission of convincing schools to include the views and experiences of African Americans in their curriculum. He then, of course, later went on to advise the Smithsonian National Museum of African American History and Culture on their big exhibit. Dr. Walker was also a widely published author, most notably writing about black religious tradition, music, and social change. In 1982, he wrote a book about gospel and social change entitled Somebody's Calling My Name. Well, today we're calling the name of Dr. Wyatt T. Walker in gratitude and in perpetuity as we dedicate and name this future Enon Library after a man whose life and body of work honored all of humanity. Let all who enter this space come in the spirit of gratitude for this profound man, a great Chesterfield citizen who helped write the course of America's ship. I can't think of a more suitable space for Dr. Walker's name than atop this future library. Thank you.